Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Real Camp Talk podcast. What's up, Dylan?
Oh, man, not a whole lot. It's been a little while since we've gotten on here. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, hope y'all are doing all right. So I had something interesting to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a big believer in reincarnation at all?
Well, I hadn't put too much thought into it. It has been something I've heard about through my years of life. But there would be something that if I were to have to choose.
Yeah, I mean, what are you choosing if you can come back as an animal though?
Right.
Because reincarnation, you can think about anything, right? But if you're coming back as an animal,
Mm-hmm.
what you thinking?
I'm going to have to come back as a gorilla, man. They're big,
Tough.
No natural predators, smart. They got hands, they got thumbs. They have the ability to problem solve. They live in families.
Man.
A family of gorillas is called a troop. And, this has basically all the stuff we have right now. Just
Yeah, man, that's
in the
awesome.
woods.
I mean, it says a lot about your character if you're going to choose something that has to do with family. That's, that means you were thinking about
Of
that
course.
when because me, I was being a little more selfish, I guess you could say. I was like, man, I want to be free. And I thought about a bird, maybe an eagle if I could.
That was the one I was thinking of too, man.
But, if I could I guess if I could come back, I'd want to be like a pet maybe.
A well taken care of one.
Yeah, maybe just like a golden retriever that can get out there and hunt, provide for my owners and everything, and still have a good time, be loved on, and all that.
Yeah.
Because you think about those aggressive dogs that they start getting the killing under their belt. They can't stop.
Yeah, it becomes fun.
It's fun for them.
It becomes fun.
And then you can't tame the dog after that. You got to treat them straight as a military style.
They're a tool at that point.
For real. Because I had a buddy that was going to help train my golden doodle, and he said, "Hey, if you do this, that dog's going to be the most serious dog,
Working dog.
no more playing, And he's like, look, if you're planning on doing this, don't play tug of war with this dog. It's the hardest thing to go get a bird from a dog, and they're shaking their head trying to get the duck out of your hand."
Yeah, that is rule number one that you don't do with a bird dog.
Right, because I bought one of those, just random
Little duck.
toy ducks, right? And I taught her how to fetch, bring it back. Then I had a 5-year-old at that time, 7 now. And she would play the tug of war with the dog. So I was like, you know what? Kids are more important. If I need to buy a duck dog, I'll go buy me a.
Go get one later.
Yeah, I'll go get one later.
Yeah.
But so that's pretty cool. So you come back as a gorilla. Anything else you might think of? I mean,
Man.
if you had a second option,
Second option.
I mean, you feeling like the pet thing too, like a dog or a cat or bird? What you thinking,
a
man?
dog would be cool, man, because, they're just laid back as long as you just...
Hold on, let me ask you this. Could we come back as something that's extinct? I don't think there's any rules in this, right?
Well,
What about if you could come back as any dinosaur?
Man.
I'm coming back as that T-Rex, bro.
I was about to say that. Even though they got the smallest arms, dude, they got the biggest mouth.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got to be wild.
bro, I wouldn't want to be a man and a dinosaur, but
I would not want to be a man during dinosaur times.
Oh, that's pretty
Could you
crazy.
imagine walking around
No, I really couldn't.
reptiles the size of a 2-3 story house?
I couldn't imagine, And that brings me on to like some of these facts I was looking at, dude. Like, I had no idea. Forgive me for being dumb on a lot of this, but I was looking up which mammal has the longest lifespan. Dylan, what we find out? We found out that the whale, right?
The bowhead whale. That can live up to 200 years.
Is this a animal that we can research? Like bowhead whale. What's a bowhead whale look like?
I bet you we can find it.
Let's find a bowhead whale. Bowhead whale. Oh, okay. All right. That's that big old whale. It's got that flat kind of, round head. Looks like a rocket ship, I guess you could say. That's crazy. They can live
in
for
the-
200 years, man. Two
Probably 'cause
centuries,
they live
bro.
in the Arctic Ocean. You know,
That's-
that's that cold water, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I don't know anything about the different oceans and the temperatures. That's something that definitely is interesting.
Yeah, the Arctic Ocean is like a cool 28 degrees.
That's crazy.
That's probably why they have the ability to live so long. Everything in their body's moving so slow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Man.
There ain't nothing in the desert living that long. I tell you that right now.
Yeah. Hey, did you know? We were just thinking about water. I was looking at something the other day. There's some people that like pray underwater, and I really didn't even think about this until I heard that. And,
Interesting.
And they said that evil can't pass through water. Like when you're in water. Oh, it's Cat Williams. Cat Williams on the Theo Von. You know, and I'm sure y'all saw that. But yeah, Cat Williams is an interesting character. But you know, I think he was saying something about, you know, praying underwater is like the closest you can get, you know, to
Spiritually?
like putting everything else off of you and being one. I'd have to do more research to speak on that a little bit, but
That's
you
interesting.
know, I really did think that was because it's like, you know, I'm a big firm believer in faith and all this stuff and things that matter. And if that's something that matters to you, you know, praying underwater, we want to hear about this kind of stuff. You know, we want to hear about these different interesting things that people do that are pure, you know, being pure at heart, being original, being yourself. That's one thing that you know, we truly value here at Real Camp Talk Podcasting. You know,
That's right.
be yourself. What can you bring to the table to help somebody else out next, man? It's some really cool stuff, man. Anyways, you know, also, hey, bro, you ever thought about this? I think we talked about this a little bit earlier in the day. If your life could have a theme song, right? Like what you thrive off of, maybe things you've been through, or what just inspires you as a song. And, you know, I've noticed that one song shows up a ton when it comes to like inspiration and stuff like that, which is Eye of the Tiger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like
a
that
very
song.
inspiring song.
That song gets you really going, man. You know, you hear that song, you're like, yeah, I want to work out, or I want to do the next best thing in life. If you have any theme songs you can think of that are songs that just like touch you,
Man, I don't know. I gotta be this simple song right here. It's just drinking and dreaming, man. That's one of the things I've been doing forever, you know.
who sings that?
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings,
Waylon
Man.
Jennings, you know, drinking
good-
and dreaming.
country artists out there.
That's right. You know.
Man, you know another song that touches probably both of us, Family Tradition, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hank
like
Williams.
Hank, I saw Hank.
I haven't had the chance to see
Dude,
him
you
yet.
got to go see Hank Williams. Hank Williams Jr. puts on one of the greatest shows. I mean, look, we came out here and we saw, or they came out here rather, not we live here.
Mm-hmm.
Hank Williams Jr. came out. Neil McCoy, Mae Estes came out. Bunch of good artists, but Neil McCoy, bro, you know Neil McCoy?
I don't.
Okay. Neil McCoy. You have to go look up some of his music, but man, that guy's entertaining. So entertaining. And then you know, Hank Williams came out and bro, they turned all the lights off. We raised our lighters. Family Tradition came on.
That's the
It was
song
like
everybody knows.
everybody in that building was lost in that song. And you
They
know,
were probably singing the song too, you know.
right, because I mean that couldn't really relate to my everyday life, I wouldn't say, but if you could pull a song out that brought everybody together, Family Tradition has got to be one of them.
That is definitely one of them.
You know what I mean?
He's just a real down to earth fella. Good country music.
For sure, man.
And he comes from a long line of country music too, you know. His dad, he's also got a brother.
Yeah. Yeah, they're you know, they're really out there doing the country thing, you know.
Yeah, he's what is it, Hank Williams the third. He sings a whole
Where was Hank Williams born?
whole different variety
I've never
country.
had to be in Tennessee. All right. somewhere monumental.
Let's see.
Where?
Mount Olive, Alabama.
Alabama. I would have never guessed. Never
Hold on.
never
man.
guessed.
Let me make sure that's right.
Hank Williams Jr.'s birthplace.
Oh, man, you're going to like this one. I was lying. Shreveport,
Get
Louisiana.
out of town. Bro, what are the odds, man? I could have
May
sworn.
26,
Man,
1949.
May 26, 1949, we were blessed with Hank Williams Jr. That's crazy.
He's 75 years old.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a little cheers, man. What you drinking on?
A little bit of
I'm
that
gonna tell you, I got this. Look, I got
Cattle
this.
Dry.
I found this at Sam's, Mitchell's. I don't know. Look, turn the camera.
I mean, what's
we
that say right
We ain't
there?
no sponsors from this, but this is the 2023 most admired whiskey in the world. Damn.
in the world. We're not talking.
I mean, bro, obviously, I drank this Super Bowl Sunday, most of it. But
we got a little of this Cattle Dry, 57 and a half, 115 proof.
man, well, let's take a little toast. Let me pour a little more in my cup. Take a little toast here. You know, real camp talk. We like to drink and
Drinking and dreaming.
you know.
We were just talking.
And look, I drink out of this wooden cup. I'm not promoting this either, but look on Amazon, get you a wooden cup to drink your whiskey out of.
Make your dreams come true.
Cheers, man. That's some good stuff. I think this is probably the first bottle that I've gotten less than 100 proof in a very long time.
You like it though, huh?
I really do. I think I'm a big fan of, and forgive me if we talked about this before, but I'm a big fan of the Kentucky bourbon whiskey. I like straight bourbon.
Straight bourbon. That's what we got right here. But
I mean, because the different flavors they're able to bring out, right, in these whiskeys, and I always say this, like some of it tastes like rainwater, like that aftertaste when it's going down,
It's that
and then
crisp.
that breath that tastes like that clean rainwater. It's legit, bro. It's
This one
legit.
right here is distilled in Texas.
We love Texas. Shout out Texas. Love Texas. Well, but we really love Kentucky. I don't think. Have you been to Kentucky?
Never. I hadn't been there yet.
Oh, let's see. I've been to Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, California, Florida, all the states in between. Driving through, not visiting. Alabama. I've been as far as Montana. I've been to Chicago, Illinois. I have not visited the Northeast region of the United States. What's if you're going to any new place, bro, where are you going and why are you going there? Like if you could visit anywhere right now, not on a plane.
Yeah, I'm staying off planes for
What's
right
up with
now.
these planes,
I don't know
bro?
What's going on with that? But if there was a place that I would go, man, I think I'd like to go to Utah. I'd like to
interesting.
see the mountains and stuff out there. I hear it's beautiful. Either that or like Seattle.
Yes, Seattle. I've never been to
Washington.
Washington. I've never been to Washington.
Yeah, I think there'd be a couple
I've
places.
never been
I'd
to
like
Utah
go.
either.
Yeah, me neither. No, the furthest I've been up that way is it's Colorado.
Colorado. Colorado's cool. I've been to. Well, we talked about that, right? Pikes Peak.
Yeah,
Peak's
Pikes
cool.
Peak.
We talked about it in one of the previous ones. Yeah, where
Yeah.
the people blowing their stomach get it.
Yeah, I think the
It's a
problem
crazy
with that
thing, bro.
is you show up. See, the thing is, some people they fly into Colorado for the most part, get them a rental car, and then they're like, "Hey, let's go to Pikes Peak." Meanwhile, just a few hours ago, you were just at, whatever it is, 1,000 foot above sea level.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you decide to take yourself to 14,000. That's like opening the plane window, man.
Right.
Gonna make you sick up there. But if you go to do the Pikes Peak thing, you need to spend a couple of days up there in Colorado before you take that trip, because I think that's where some people mess up. They just get off the plane, boom, get up there,
Yeah.
14,000 feet, sick.
Well, I mean, look, this
Gotta
is
get
what I just
accumulated.
pulled this up as you were talking about it. So, the summit elevation is 14,000, like you said. Mm-hmm. And when you're at the base, though, you're 6,600.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge gain and elevation in a short period of time. Because if you really think about how quickly you go to the top, and if you think about also, you know, when you're driving in the car and you're coming down from mountains and your ears are popping, and like even a plane, you know, how big of a difference is that? That's almost like the same type of thing. But why is it so different for your stomach in Colorado? I mean, you don't see people. I don't know. I don't go follow around people to the damn airport bathroom. You know what I mean? But I just like, I know that I use the bathroom when I get off the planes or get on it. And I'm not hearing a bunch of, you know, gassy problems, man. I'll leave it at that. Y'all know what I mean?
You know, it's just like, it's kind of like how, you know, if you're diving real deep, you got to come up slow. If you don't, you come up too fast, you know.
Could be a problem.
It messes up your blood.
You might blow your brain apart.
The oxygen levels your body has to, you know, has to neutralize.
Yeah, which is crazy. I know Donald Cerrone, if you're MMA fan at all, Donald Cerrone always went on these deep diving tours, right? Mm-hmm. And he lost a best friend on one. It's crazy. I mean, because you're down there, and I didn't even think about it from this perspective until he's told that story, right? But like, bro, you're down there, and you got this rope that like ties you to the rope to go up. Mm-hmm. And if you get brave and you've done it so many times, you might detach that rope and go over here, but then trying to find it back again in the dark is
disorienting.
It's very hard. And if I hope I'm not wrong about this, but yeah, I think he had a friend that couldn't find his way back.
You know, speaking of finding your way back, you know, I think one of the most scary things on earth would be those guys that go cave crawling.
Yeah.
Go into a cave, you're on your hands and knees. Right? You're on your belly with your arms out, your head turned to the side.
Yeah.
Because you got to get as flat as you can.
Right.
Now, how on earth do you know that around the next curve, around the next turn, you go down, you go up? How do you know it ain't just going to be a wall? How the heck are you just going to back out? I mean, there's people that have died like that, but could you imagine being stuck in a cave, nowhere to move, and all you can hear is the people behind you trying to get you out?
Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine it. And not only could I not imagine it, I mean, if you've never experienced any natural caverns before, go to New Braunfels, go south a little bit, and go to the Natural Bridge Caverns over there near.
That place is pretty cool. Don't be touching them all, though.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to fine you if you touch shit. But,
yeah, I know.
But like, you know, when you're down there, you really do have a hard time breathing. I mean, there's no oxygen. You got to really, you know, pace yourself. It's not like you can just go super hard and try to use all your energy. But I mean, I know we went down 1 mile.
It's hot down there too.
Yeah, it's definitely
humid.
But the coolest thing that I would say that I saw in there was the
stalactites, stalagmites.
Right. I mean, and you see like how they're coming down and
sometimes they meet,
almost touching each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of these things are like half an inch apart. How?
That's pretty wild.
Those things
are neat.
Pretty interesting on how some of this stuff works, right? I mean,
now is a stalactite the one that comes down, or goes
I don't know,
up?
man. Look that up. Let's look up and be factual on this, because it's a really, really good topic to speak on. I mean, it's like, you know, the water coming from the surface creates a
stalactites hang from the ceiling. Stalagmite come from beneath. So what's dripping onto a stalagmite is what creates a stalagmite. Stalactite is from the water dripping from the ceiling. So that's the minerals and all that.
Because I was about to ask a dumbass question.
What?
Until you said the water dripping on the floor will build it back up. I was about to say, is there like an invisible barrier that it knows I'm below this surface here, and if I got dumb,
you know, it's not dumb. It's not dumb if you don't know.
Nah, after you said the whole thing about the shit comes right back up, like, I feel like a big ass dummy. That's stupid that I couldn't even think of that.
Oh,
I can think about wiring a whole damn house and how that's routed, but I can't think, oh man, it might have dripped down and then built back up.
Yeah, you know.
But that's perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, the natural bridge caverns are cool. And then, matter of fact, look in my background, I know you can barely see it, but my wife loves giraffes. I do too. Favorite animal.
Yeah,
You can actually feed them things over there. It's really cool, man. And you can see this, like they got, smaller. Oh, the funniest thing, dude, check this out. So my wife, we love to travel for her birthday. I'm sure I'm gonna say this 8,000 times, but we went to that Natural Bridge Caverns, and there was the safari tour. So we go out, bro. We loaded up with some food, and I can't remember. Oh, we were in our friend Chad and Candace's car, and Whitney and me are sitting in the back, and we get to the ostriches.
The greediest bird.
My wife,
They got a bony head too.
dude, my wife's in here, and we're like pulling up, and there's like this gate almost on either side, or like a fence entry that you can go through. And we pull out this food, and they said, like, they didn't say nothing, bro, about the ostriches. We get to got our hand out here. Ostrich puts his damn head in the car.
All the way in the car.
Super violating. Candace is flipping out. I think she ended up in the back seat of the car. Like the way back.
Yeah, she crawled to
the way back, freaking out. And
I know this been
it bit my wife's hand.
Yeah, and they'll take that whole bag right out of your hand.
And then we're like
and
driving
take off with it.
I'm like, roll the window up on his head. Let's drag that.
They're so hard headed.
You know what I mean? Damn. He gonna hurt my wife. He gonna learn a lesson today. Roll that window up. Maybe they got some kind of retaining factors in their brain that they can be like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't try to get the whole bag this time. Yeah. Get a little bit of the bag.
Yeah, safaris are fun, especially to take the kids on.
Yeah, for sure, man. Take your kids out, folks. You know what I mean? Like, do things that matter.
Yep,
right?
Make a memory.
What you got, man? I got so much stuff in my notes.
Let me see here.
Oh
yeah, I was looking this.
What you looking at?
Stuff up that. I mean, it might be a little outdated. I couldn't find any recent stuff on it, but I just think it's just a pretty funny freaking topic. India created this drink called Gaujal. It's Gaujal.
What is that?
It's a cow urine soda.
What?
Yes. So the idea behind this soda,
man, y'all are sick,
is to take out America's Coca-Cola. And the reason being is because Coca-Cola has such bad ingredients in it, and they're, serving it to everybody. It's
I'm not feeling it.
Well, this stuff is
look, bro, look, I'll tell you this. If it'll cure cancer, and I get cancer only when I get cancer, I'll take it.
You're on the right page there, because the liquid produced by Hinduism's revered holy cows is being mixed with products such as aloe vera and gooseberry. I don't know how good that's going to make urine taste.
It's a gooseberry.
It's gooseberry is. I
Like a
couldn't
plant?
even really tell you. They do a lot of cooking with it on the cooking channel, and
Gooseberry.
it's like something you'll get in like Europe, and
Goose.
they don't really have them here at the stores that we buy. Because
a gooseberry is a small tart fruit that comes from a flowering shrub. Gooseberries are often used in pies and jams. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tart fruit, so you got to cook it into something for it to be good.
I feel you.
But they're mixing that with this urine to fight diseases like diabetes and cancer.
And we're not talking about just urine. We're talking about cow piss, right?
Yes, cow piss mixed with some stuff that is supposed to be healthy and help cure and prevent diseases. I'll try anything once.
My wife says she'll try anything twice. I don't know what that means at all. I mean, because if I hate it the first time, I'm not doing it again.
Well, see, it's like when it comes to eating food. If you're a freaking Michelin chef, if you're a 5-star chef, you've been cooking your whole life, and I know I don't like cauliflower.
Right.
Here's some cauliflower, make some that I'll like.
Yeah.
And they'll probably find a way to
Right.
make it taste good.
I mean, dude, look, I'm going to tell you this. I hate this about myself. It's like I'm allergic to onions, though. Like, dude, if I taste an onion, I want to vomit in my mouth. Don't get it. I've tried. And look, here's the fucking kicker. I can eat an onion ring.
That is a kicker.
I can eat a Funyun.
I think it is you just don't like the raw crunch and juice of a raw onion.
I don't know. It's like, the raw onions, like they give a flavor in my mouth that
the smell that goes with it too.
I think, I don't know, man. I've tried to fight it. I've tried to fight it. I've tried to fight it.
Right before I came out here,
because I can do.
Look, I was eating raw onions before I left.
Yeah,
the
this
house.
guy can eat like all the onions, but
salt and pepper.
I mean, bro, my dad the same way. Loves onions, and
I love 'em.
I think it's like mainly with the onions. It's just like
when I'm ordering a burger,
depends on the atmosphere.
Extra onions.
Like, I mean, I've cooked onions when you cooked the pork chops before, and you saute them.
But see, with those, they were cooked down real well.
Yeah.
They were soft. They didn't have that.
Yeah, they don't have that flavor
that
anymore.
Onion, you know that.
But look, I'm gonna tell you this: my 7-year-old, she can eat those raw onions from McDonald's, no problem. Loves them.
Loves them. Something about that water.
But she can't do the sautéed onions.
Really? You know, it's
And
funny.
I'm like,
sautéed onions. We could phone my mom right now. She'll tell you. I used to come home from school, chop 1 or 2 onions up, throw them in a pan, half a stick of butter, and what did I eat with it? Nothing. I would just eat the onions and sautéed onions and butter. I would do that so many days when I came home from school.
Either you fit for onions or you're not.
You're not.
All right?
That's right.
And I'm not fit for it. Call me whatever you want. All right. I can't help it, folks. I wish that I could. Because like a lot of people love to cook with onions, and I go over the house. I'm like, you cooking my onions? All right, I brought my own food, or I drank whiskey that night and didn't eat. You know what I mean?
Liquid diet.
I'm not trying to throw up on your table, folks.
Excuse me.
Just know when you invite me, don't cook with onions. I didn't do it. God did. Blame God. We love you, God. Just let them know I didn't. I want the one.
No
I want the
onion
one
garnish, please.
you made for onions, bruh.
Put a gooseberry on it, maybe. I might like that.
Yeah, put you a gooseberry, man. Put a gooseberry on the side. Slap me in the face with an onion and tell me, eat this. I'm fine. Just don't make me eat that damn onion.
Why is a gooseberry illegal in some states?
I want to see this.
I need to know.
They are a host for white pine blister rust, a fungal disease that can kill white pine trees.
I think that's probably why that they're not in the U.S.
Bro, where the fuck is a white pine tree at? I've never seen a white pine tree.
All right. Search number 2.
White pine tree.
Eastern white pine tree.
Okay, pine tree ain't really white, folks. I thought it was. I thought that's what they were referring to.
Pinus strobus, commonly called the eastern white pine, northern white pine.
What was that other
British.
thing that had the...
If they're in the British, that's where I know that the gooseberries are at. So that's kind of odd that they're not
That's the
illegal
same thing,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
wild. Fun fact.
Fun facts, bro. Hey, did you know that matter of fact, we're speaking about trees, the longest or the oldest root system in America is over 80,000 years old.
I want to know how they find that one out.
Yeah, who's there to tell you that this was here?
Now, are they like digging up a root and then somehow finding out that root has been around for 80,000 years?
I think that's what they're doing. Somehow, like the fossils that they're able to determine how old the dirt is and all that, that's probably what it is. But that 80,000 years, 80,000 years.
I mean, that's crazy. But, that's like this one right here. It
8,000 centuries old.
Yeah. That's out of this world.
It's crazy.
But even aside from that, you want to know what like the longest living creature on this earth would be. That's a freaking quahog clam.
Clams.
507 years old. Could you imagine?
No. No. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be 507, bro.
But the
You
thing
barely
is,
move.
they don't do nothing. They
Yeah, that's what
sit
I'm saying.
down. They might scoot across the ocean floor or wherever the heck they're.
What's that chance you get that lottery ticket where the clam that gets picked?
Jeez,
Man,
that's
that's crazy.
it's hard to wrap your head around.
What's this thing right here? There's millions of
Oh,
years
wait a
old.
minute. The one that they did find that was 507 years old, they named it Ming.
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 Ming. Cool. Oldest known life form, continuous existence. Some deep sea corals are estimated to be millions of years old. Well, permafrost may be millions of years old, but only in a dominant state. Like 4,000 years old, maybe like the corals, but the bacteria on it could have
Living,
been sitting here for millions of years.
frozen in ice.
That's crazy. Like think about that. You get your fungi, right? And you're frozen and you travel through the water till you're unfrozen and you ain't even a movable object.
Yeah, you're relying on outer forces.
Bro. It really is crazy. I don't get it, man. But I tell you this, I got to use the bathroom. We got to take a little small bathroom break, and we're going to pour up a little more whiskey, and we will be right
Hey,
back.
leave it. Don't take it.
Leave it. Don't take it.